X Camyton here today doing a spotlight on Empire Minecraft. Today we are featuring Khixan, and she is one of the many people who helped create the SMP8 Public Builds, and I was able to persuade her into showing me around and give me a tour. That way we can show everyone that's part of Empire Minecraft what awesome utilities we have here on 8.
Hello.
Alrighty, so let's get started. So since you missed the first part, it's just at Wild North teleport, and then you follow the quartz path with all the delicious cake on it. It's a nice little iron farm here.
Yep, this is Sergeant Pepper did this for his bulk shop, and this is public as well. It's not part of Public Wild Utilities, but Peps is very generous, and anyone's welcome to use this too.
Awesome. I know personally I helped on the monstrosity known as FE2, or codename Fell.
Yep, and Wild North, there's actually another hunting ground also and a Wild South, but Wild North is probably the most popular of the builds, so head out to this one first. There is a rail line and there is a road, and you can also boat on out.
And speaking of the rail and road, I think we're going to take the road first, kind of make a roundabout, go see the gold farm, or pigmentus, or mantis. I always pronounce it wrong.
Pigmentus.
There we go. And FE2, the new huge iron golem farm.
Yep, don't let Toto catch you calling it Fell like I do all the time.
That's why I started adding the code name Fell.
Yeah, well, if you died as much as we did out there.
Or as much as I did.
Yeah, well, you were especially talented at it. It's an easy build to fall on while you're making.
It is, and even after the build was done, I was still out there falling and dying.
Well, no falling and dying today. That would be bad.
I think it'd give the viewers a little something funny to watch. Maybe have a blooper reel at the end.
Monstrosity on our left is Pigmentus, and off to the right is Fell.
I guess we'll go over and see the newest edition first.
And there's some horse stables here if you don't like using Stable Store.
Which I already did. So take a look at the horse stables. I know I was during the build I was pretty pleased with how awesome these turned out.
Oh yeah, the Ender Magic and Rue 42 lines and everybody else who helped on these did a lovely, lovely job. It's a very pretty build.
It is. There's probably golems out here since I was out here a bit ago.
Yep, there's 3 hanging out waiting for us already.
Oop, fell. So yes, you want to go ahead and give us an explanation on all this and what all it entails and whatnot?
Well, there's obviously the main part where the golems come in, and hopefully you have a looting 3 sword and can get more iron off of them that way. And we have some food and some beds and locked chest areas, which we've tried to provide at all the farms. This one obviously is not an XP generator, so we didn't bother with an enchant table and everything, but there's a bunch of anvils at the back of the room if you need to repair a sword or anything like that. Tons of free gold swords at Pigmentus for here or for the grinders as well, if you need an extra sword and don't have your voter's sword yet. It's a little strange in that none of the SMP8 Public Wild Utilities farms, none of them are AFK style farms. I do that very much on purpose. It's kind of a weird thing of mine that drives everybody that works with me insane. But there's a method to my madness, and having people active at the farms, first of all, really, really cuts down on any issues, any kind of griefing, and also people are more interactive, and you get to meet people out here and talk to them and be more a part of the community than you were if you went to a traditional iron farm and just sat AFK doing something else.
I agree with your madness. Personally, I think that manable farms are a lot better than just sit there and gather everything while not playing the game.
Yeah, so do I. And, the other thing is, I don't think a lot of people realize a lot of the drops that you can get from the golems, you can get 5 stacks of ingots here easy in well under 10 minutes without a problem, and you get a lot more if you've got looting 3 going on.
Oh yeah, I know for bulk services, Jedi Kitty and I use this out here a lot. Alrighty, where to next?
Well, we're right across from Pigmentus. You just want to run over?
Let's go. And you gotta tell the little backstory about this too, because that's a pretty funny story.
Oh God, which one? I got loads.
The lagging out the server.
Oh my God, you would pick that one. I'm never gonna live that down. All right, before we get much closer, if we're not already setting them off. So we had to cripple Pigmentus, which is why there's, if you look from the side here, like up near where that pixel art of the gold ingot is, we had to take out half of the portals from this build because people did not realize this absolutely is not an AFK farm. You cannot just stand here. If you go here, you have to kill the pigmen and kill them fast. So first off, from the staff's request, we halved it. And then on top of that, we added a redstone timer and flusher mechanism so that if anyone was brain dead and unable to read the signs, the forums, and everything else, that they would, that the pigs would at least clear out somewhat. Kind of important to keep that running, and I'm hate push to talk because I just lost my button. But yeah, it is important when you come here. You've got to kill the pigmen. But originally when we put it up, we just put up signs that said don't have AFK here and didn't make, I guess, a big enough deal out of it. And somebody AFK'd and found out the hard way and lagged out SMP8. And I got letters and contacts from staff, and no one was happy with me. And so we did our best to fix the problem, and no one has complained since, so I think the fix was effective. But everyone still seems happy with the build. You can still get to 30 XP faster here than probably anywhere else except maybe an Ender farm. And even then, when it's at its full build, it is actually faster than an Ender farm. So it's kind of a shame we had to cripple it, but it is what it is. It's a public build, can't control everybody.
As Corrupted just says, Ender farms are no longer great. See, I remember whenever I was a youngin' on this server and I had just discovered Endertopia on Utopia. I thought that was the bee's knees over there.
So here's what happens. You hit them once to make them mad, and they will all come running towards you like crazy. And then it's kill, kill, kill time.
I mean, this is also good because I know villagers, you can get a decent amount of emeralds from the rotten flesh if you get the right villager.
Yeah, but we try and keep a villager out here too for trades just for that, so it's a good idea to show up with a couple of emeralds in case somebody's locked them up.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is how it performs at half strength after being crippled, so not bad.
Yeah, I mean, there's still, you can sit here and easily get 30 levels experience, it looks like, in such a short amount of time because these pigmen just keep dropping.
Hello.
I'm already up 4 levels. Out here, we do have the full enchanting table. We do have the villager for trades. There is an incinerator room. You can also dump gold swords into the chests if you don't feel like disposing them. And every now and again, myself or Corrupted, RD Master, Chum Miner, Mr. C-Dub, one of us will run through and pick up the swords, dump them off over at the grinders or fell for people. We try and do inspections weekly, daily, just make sure farms are okay. Nobody got stuck somewhere and had to break a bunch of stuff or had a problem like that.
Very nice. And one thing I do notice with the builds is the color coordination and the architecture that goes into them is something that's really, really beautiful, I guess you could say.
Well, all that credit goes to other people because Average Walrus, this whole shell and build and the style and colors and everything, this Pigmentus was all Average Walrus. And if you turn and look at the Pigmentus statue itself, that is Chris Flareon, or Flareon in action now. He changed his name.
He's still Chris Flareon to me.
Me too. All right, sushi drop?
Let's go.
You want to rail it, or do you want to, if we take the rail, we might as well hit the grinders first, or do you want to horse it over to sushi?
Let's go ahead and horse it, and then we'll take the rail all the way back. That way, have a trip on the rail too.
You were Carthay, was it? No.
Sorry, I couldn't hear whoever was talking.
Yeah, I said it. Are you at the? Is it the Carthaga? Pythagoras?
No, we
No?
are actually doing a video spotlight recording of the SMP8 Public Utilities.
Oh, it's you. Oh, you're the one that keeps taking all my money.
Yes, Jedi and I.
Yeah.
Well, Seppi Chan was nice enough to do this lovely garden for us on top of Sushi Drop.
To
Peek down here and see the floor if you want, Cammy.
To be completely honest, I've never been up this side of Sushi Drop before. I've only been on the rail.
Yeah, the rail takes you straight down into the bottom. And two of the kids, Jay and Monster, decided that it might be nice if people could get some sugarcane while they're here, so they put that together over there. And it's just hit a button, gather some sugar while you're hanging out. I'm not sure how much people actually use it, but it was a very sweet thought, and it was nice of them to do it.
Yeah, I mean, sugarcane farms, and this could be easily made into, say, if you guys, if you personally wanted sugarcane, you could automate that easily.
Yep.
And I've always wondered who was responsible for the awesome floor design and walls here.
I believe Ruari started the floor, or was it Mr. C-Dub? I know Ruari did a lot of work with it. Mr. C, do you recall? I know you were involved with it too, and I know Chris did a lot of the pixel art on the walls. Mr. C is saying not me. Was it Sergeant Creeper? Agent Creeper. It was Agent. Thank you, Corrupted. He has changed his name too much because now it's Justin. Agent's trying to drive me crazy by changing his name over and over again. But it was Agent, that's right. And Ruari kicked in and helped, and it's pretty much Agent and Ruari who did the floors. And I know they did some of the walls, and I believe it was Chris again, who, Chris is the artist on these things, I think. And then Average Walrus had a lot to do with the chess rooms and the AFK room. Ultipig did the stone generator and dug the original rail all the way out to the grinders and out to here. So thank you, Ulti. There are so many people who have worked on these builds. It's insane. Like, I can't. There's a huge thread with giant lists of thank yous to people and telling you what they all did. And stop giggling about my dog in the background, Corrupted.
I'm sitting.
Front door, he's flipping out.
I'm sitting back or over here laughing too.
Hey, Vader had to get on the video. He's like, I'm the mascot. I'm the furry boy that keeps Kaizen's feet warm while she works.
And I mean, just running around right now, I already have a stack of fish. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 stacks of shards, a stack of crystals. And this thing just puts out prismarine stuff.
Did my best to break the economy. You're all welcome.
Nothing better than breaking economies.
I still need to build a guardian farm.
We also did, we happened to get at this one a skelly spawner downstairs, so it's not the greatest performing thing in the universe, obviously, because you've got all the guardians dropping, but it does work if you just need a little bit of bones and needed a place to grab some easy.
You know, whenever I first heard about the public utilities, the first thing I thought of is that you guys who helped build the main part of this lucked out a lot with the amount of grinders and everything that you found in such close proximity to each other.
Spend any time in the wild on EMC and you'll find out there's a mine shaft and a spawner within 100 blocks of you. Just go look.
Yeah. I mean, I know the dual spider grinders that are over at the grinders too.
Yep, we've got a dual, a single, and then a zombie one over there.
You know, just a funny side note, while I was recording in shaders, your little leaves over here, I don't know if you're familiar with shaders or not, but
They dance around.
yes, they dance around, and I'm like, this is really weird. You know, they're not on trees or anything, but they're still there swaying in the quote-unquote wind.
Giant furnace room of cooked fish. Tons and tons of fish off this thing. And we have 3 villagers out here for trading also. Off to the grinders we go. Whee!
Alrighty, and this is the final stop on the north side.
Yes, it is.
And I mean, like you said before at the beginning, there's not only just the north side, but there's also a south side and a nether hunting ground. You wanna kind of go over what all the south side has on it?
Sure, because I mean, for whatever reason, north is definitely the most used and the most popular, but at south we have two separate slime farms. We have a swamp mob farm. You can get some ink, although I will freely admit if there's one build that was a huge fail, it was Squid Doom, and corrupted as mentioned the black hole incident of Squid Doom, which is a very funny story and how not to break EMC. But I will save that for whenever you want to go out to Wild South. There's also a large ice farm there and a snow farm. And that pretty much sums up south. The nether hunting grounds is mainly for wither skeletons, so you can get skulls, so you can summon the wither at some point, not at the farm. let me say that again, not at the farm or any other build. But you know, there's also blazes, pigmen, and everything else.
I had the biggest kick out of whenever you said not at the farm.
Yeah, not at the farm or anybody else's wild build. Do not summon the bloody wither in the wild, please, for the love of the gods.
I know personally from experience, Squid Doom is hard on your computer if you don't have a decent computer. I mean, I have a computer that in Minecraft, generally, I run between 200 and 500 frames per second. And whenever I stepped out at Squid Doom, it dropped down to 10.
Yeah, and that's it's a rendering issue. It is not an EMC bug. It is actually a Mojang bug that caused the black hole out there, just in case anyone is wondering. And it has to do with the rendering of the falling water because the water is falling in pillars. It just turns out to be, it's one of those farms that works fantastic in single player, and I guess for the server to protect itself, it really did not work out on a server. You've got to go in, load the chunk. You'll either get spawns or they won't. You don't have spawns, you got to run 100 blocks away or so, wait a second, come back, see if you can get them, and you have to keep going back and forth until you can get them to start spawning. And once they start spawning, you can get some ink sacs there, but it's really hit or miss. It's very random, and the performance can vary, and they can start spawning and then just stop, and then you got to run away and come back yet again. So if there's one build that turned out to be a fail, it probably is Squid Doom, and it kills a lot of people's computers, and there's nothing EMC can do about that. That really is a Mojang issue.
And I don't personally play with game sounds, but I can hear the zombies growling in the background whenever you were talking.
Oh yeah, there's a ton of them down there.
Use a golden sword I got. Oh wow, there is a lot. You know, funny story, I was out here the other day and there's someone who decided to AFK here for about an hour, and the amount of zombies that were out here was astronomical.
Yeah, I really don't like it when people do that, but I mean, you know, real life happens. You get called away from the computer and log off, please. Because what'll happen is EMC will protect itself, and if you max it out, it will just poof everything. So everything will be gone from everywhere within, you know, a certain radius. And also, somebody will write me a nasty letter about lagging out the bloody server again, and I'd rather avoid that experience, please.
You know, just to make you not feel so bad, I've lagged out a chunk on SMP8 before.
Oh, you know when SMP4 kept going down?
Yeah.
For like a week. Yeah, that was my farm. Sorry.
Yeah, we're never going to speak of the SMP7 incident.
What did you do to 7?
We're not going to talk about it. Let's just say I should never be put in charge of building the dual blaze grinders, okay?
I was
may or may not have made part of the nether go poof.
Yeah, whenever I lagged out a chunk of 8 because I decided to have a redstone fireworks show, and I think I had probably about 30 to 40 dispensers all going on a redstone timer, and there's probably about 5 to 10 of us there. And as soon as it started going, it lagged us out, and the 10 of us could not get back on 8 until a staff member came and shut off the show.
Well, I'm just so glad I'm not alone, and I have plenty of company and stupid things to have done that you didn't realize were stupid. But this is it. And number 2 is the dual cave spawner one. Grinder number 3 just has a single. And don't jump up underneath the cave spiders. They will poison you. So don't jump up. It's a bad idea.
Yes,
There's
Very
also
bad idea.
there's a mushroom here if you need some food, and there's a little food farm off to the side as well. And that's about it, folks. And also, Corrupted is reminding me, and rightly so, that this was the first, well, actually, Nether Hunting Grounds was the first one we did, but this was the start of Public Wild Utilities here. And it was donated by RD Master. He had these originally. And thank you, RD. You're awesome.
Yes, and I mean, like we've said before, there are countless amount of people that have helped on these builds and that continue helping, and the amount of teamwork and...
Oh, here's one of them, Mr. C-Dub. This is the workhorse, man. Him and Corrupted.
Yeah, but I mean, the amount of community help that comes out here. I was only here for one of the builds for FE2, and the amount of people that just come out and want to assist because they want to, they want to help the community. I really cannot talk today. It's just it's awesome.
No, it's really been 99.9% a fabulous experience, and 1% of the time me trying not to kill anyone.
Or break the server.
Yeah, that too.
And I mean, like, I've noticed there's beds at almost every location. Every location has locked chest rooms so you can store your drops and stuff.
Ender chests. We try and put whatever's gonna probably be needed while you're out here. Try and make it nice for everybody, make sure everybody has a good time. Try and keep it very safe. I have messed with many people's beauty and aesthetics trying to keep everybody safe.
Yes, and I mean, if anyone has a problem with out here, if they notice griefing, who would be the best person to contact in that? Would they just want to go to the forum and see who the builders are and contact them, or what would you want them to do? Since I know you get a lot of questions and a lot of PMs about the farms, what would be the best route that you would want them to take?
Well, right now, everybody basically, if they see me online, they contact me, and that gets a little overwhelming a lot of days. But the best thing to do is put it on the forum thread, and that way, whoever is on and sees it first will get to it sooner. Obviously, if you see one of the builders online, and there's been, especially if it's a safety issue or a major griefing, getting a hold of one of us is always fantastic. And if you've got a major griefing event, you can always grab staff. And the staff on EMC is fabulous. And maybe they won't quite know what to do, but if you just point them at the thread, the first page, the first post of the thread has all the locations and all the approved builders for each location's listed right on it. And then the staff knows who they need to try and get a hold of. If no one's on in game, they'll send us a convo message, but at least at that point, if none of the builders do happen to be on, the griefing will get reported and that'll get dealt with and taken care of, and we'll get it repaired as soon as we can.
All right, perfect. Yes, I know that's a con about public builds, is that there are a lot of griefing, that goes on, and You know, it's something that could
Hi,
only be
Jack.
fought with the community working together, you know, to prevent people from coming out and doing this and staying active in the area.
Yeah, and everybody's really great. Everybody helps out. There's so many people who fix little, you know, not because it was theirs to fix, but because, oh, hey, I saw somebody broke some of the rail. I went ahead and repaired that for you. You know, thank you so much. It's really wonderful that they all do that. And somebody left mine carts all over the rail, which is typical.
That was actually me. I tried to put them in the chest, and there's no room in the chest.
There's a second chest up top.
See, I use these, and I still don't know about all this. Alrighty, so the last of our tour is coming out of the second way to get to the utilities.
Well, thank you so much for having me on. I appreciate it. It was fun.
Alright, well thank you, and we'll have to do the south and nether hunting grounds soon.
Sounds good. Let me know when. I'm going to go back to getting in trouble with Mr. C and Corrupted. You guys have a great day.
Alright, thank you.
Check this out.